This video is to talk about the requirement for lab exercise 9. So the lab exercise 9, you will design a class called account. So about the account.h header file, I already provide the source file in the lab exercise 9 assignment page on Canvas. So what you will do is follow by the account.h file for the header file. So all the function declared in the header file, you should implement in the account.cpp file. So then, of course, we will have a driver program. So to see the account class design, you will go through over one by one here. But one thing is, I just want to show you from the UML diagram, you should know what's the expectation. In this account class, you have three private data. So the ID balance, ID is the int, balance is double. So you need to set the default value equal to 0 in your constructor. You have a couple different ways to do that. In the lecture, we show you, you can either have your constructor without any parameter, or here we show you, you can have the parameter ID and the balance. But don't forget, you need to give them the default value equal to 0. So that's one way have the parameter. If you decide not to do that, you just have the default constructor without any parameter. Make sure you will have your ID and the balance set the default value is 0. So then you need to have another account constructor to see how can pass the ID and the balance. So either way, that's your choice. So we have the set ID and the get ID, getter function and setter function. For balance, we have the same thing. So the annual interest rate actually is the interest rate for every account that have the same one. So here we just say assume annual interest rate is 3%. So all the getter function, please put the trailing const at the end. So for the setter and the getter function for the private data, we all have that. Then we have a couple additional getter function. So the first one we call get monthly interest rate. Because the interest rate we show you here is annual interest rate. So divide by 12, that's your monthly interest rate. Then the second one is get monthly interest. The interest means every month how much you earn the interest. So they should be the monthly interest rate times your balance. So then you have two setter function. The first one is withdraw. The second one is deposit. So the user specifies the amount they want to withdraw. So you update the balance. So the same thing for the deposit. So for withdraw, you should check if the amount greater than the current balance. You shouldn't allow them to do the withdrawal. So you can through the exception if the withdrawal amount is greater than the balance. So you will implement all the member function in the account.cpp file. So in your test driver, that's your driver program, we will call the lab exercise 9.cpp. They will create 5 account objects. So these 5 account objects you can save in one by one for 5 different account objects. Or you can create account array like this. So you can either do the C array or C++ array. So each one, they have the ID from 1000 to 5000. So the balance, the same thing, 1000 to 5000. So for each object, I want you to withdraw 500, then deposit 1000. So then we can check your withdraw and deposit method is working correctly. So then display the information. So to display the information, actually I want you to do couple things. The first one, after we create the 5 account object, I want you to display the information for ID, interest rate, monthly interest, and the balance using the account object name. So you can see here the account balance is after calculate your monthly interest rate. Sorry, monthly interest. You will deposit into your account. So account balance changed. So afterward, I want you to see how can you use the reference of the object to access the information and display the account ID and account balance. Then the other thing is how you will use the pointer to access the object. So on the other hand, you need to create a reference object variable and the pointer variable to access each account object. So here we practice how to access the account information through the object name, through the reference of the object, through the pointer of the object. So your output need to be displayed in the table format. So the total submission, you will see you will have 3 files to submit. So then you need to submit account.h file, account.cpp file, and sorry, this one is the lab exercise 9 for your driver program. So this one is our lab exercise.